Look at these happy fellas. They sure seem to be enjoying their retirement. Not so fast. You don't get to make so much money for a company and then just disappear.
No.
The big brains behind Overkill finally decided that after 53 million DLCs and 2 dumpster fires, it was finally time for Payday 3. So in January 1st this year, they dropped a 25-second trailer that showed absolutely nothing. Then a 21-second trailer that again didn't show anything. But finally, on January 12th, they dropped the gameplay trailer. Payday 3 was promising a lot just from this trailer. High graphics, amazing gunplay, and loads of new mechanics. Boy, I was all in for it. After all, they had nearly a decade to cook up this delicious game. It got me so hyped up that I sold my kidney and pre-ordered the gold edition of Payday 3, thinking that investing in the confidence of Payday devs is the right call. After all, they even made a live-action short called Follow the Money, where Hoxton bullies an old lady and Dallas risks the entire heist for 1 stack of cash.
Hey Dallas, follow me!
Dallas, follow me!
Dallas,
Dallas,
follow me!
my six.
Hey Dallas,
Dallas,
follow me!
follow me!
Come hey, Dallas, follow
Dallas,
me!
follow me!
Dallas,
Dallas, my six.
Dallas,
Follow me!
Don't worry, it wasn't all just for display. They actually dropped a beta, which me and a lot of other players didn't get accepted to get in. So they dropped a second beta for those of us who didn't make it. Oh wow, how kind of you developers. After playing the beta, I was sure I made the right call. Who needs a kidney when you have a medic bag? The beta was pretty small and didn't offer much. It was basically a single heist with a few guns and a lot of server issues, but hey, it was just a beta, okay? You were supposed to get a taste of the game, not eat all of it.
Thomas, what's wrong with you? Do you want a little taste? Well, here.
So I sat down happily waiting for the full game to drop. It was beautiful. It was everything I ever wanted. Until Payday 3 was released and the very first thought in my mind was how to get my kidney back. Starbreeze decided that for some reason it doesn't like people who enjoy offline games. So Payday 3 became online only and people went nuts about it. They were so angry that I'm genuinely surprised how Starbreeze Studios hasn't been nuked yet. But was it really that big of a deal? I mean, we have loads of games that are online only and they seem to be perfectly fine. So what can possibly happen to this one, huh?
Oh, a lot can happen.
If you want to make your game online only, at least make sure that your servers can handle it. Because Payday 3 had a terrible launch with most of the players not being able to log into the servers at all. All that hype and we couldn't even get into the game. We went from this to this and then this. The community responded by kicking the game as hard as it could, and to be honest, I wouldn't call it overreacting, because to this day the server issues are still there. You can get logged out at any moment in the middle of the game for a no internet connection. But let's say by some miracle the gods favored you and you managed to get into the game. What was waiting for you? So, remember all those jobs we pulled off in Payday 2 so that the gang can retire in peace and enjoy their yacht called Medic Bag? Yeah, f all of that. Because someone froze their bank accounts and they all went completely broke. Like, the gang never invested the money anywhere, they just kept it in cash. We all know this is just a lame excuse to make Payday 3, but at least they tried, okay? They tried. Since Bane is dead or alive, I honestly don't know at this point, a new contractor called Shade from New York calls back the Payday gang, but not all of them. Since Payday 2's roster became a shit show at this point, the devs decided to clean out the disc and start from the beginning. So Shade only managed to reach out to Dallas, Hoxton, Chains, Wolf, and Joy. Yeah, you might be thinking, why Joy? But before you say something you might regret, hear me out, okay? Let me explain this to you. Shade also brought in a new face. Say hello to Pearl. I swear to God, her introduction can just be summarized to this.
Who are you?
Ira Banks.
You are in.
If you couldn't tell already, I don't like Pearl very much. All of these characters have some sort of a unique personality and design. Payday 3 made those designs even more unique and interesting, but Pearl is just Pearl. I got the feeling that she was maybe supposed to be Payday 3's baddie with the short hair and leather jacket, but any Payday player knows that Sydney is the only baddie that can sit on their face. Okay, now that we are done with sexualizing women, Payday 3's story is okay. It's a lot better than just this. this. At least it's got some The Walking Dead Destinies type of cutscenes. Okay, that was too harsh. No game should ever be compared to that trash. It's more like Mortal Kombat character ending type of cutscenes. And the game uses this story to put the heists in chronological order. The gang calls up some contractors to make some money. Some are new, some came back from before, including the Butcher. In case you didn't know, Mira Furlan, the actress who played the Butcher, sadly passed away at the age 65. Unfortunately, she never made it to Payday 3, and her character was instead voiced by Yelena Gavrilovic, who in my opinion did a fantastic job selling the character. So rest in peace, Ms. Furlan. Thank you for making Payday an amazing experience for all of us. There's only one part of this story that really bugs me. Where is Wick? The Payday games and John Wick movies are in the same universe. They brought Wick all the way from New York to Washington in Payday 2, but now that the gang are in his own city, he never gets brought up. Not even once. That's such a wasted opportunity. I understand that the events of John Wick 4 might be the reason that Wick himself doesn't appear in Payday 3, but you could at least make use of the Continental Hotel. Actually, I got an idea for you devs, because I know you guys actually go around and watch our videos. How about a DLC heist that takes place inside the Continental Hotel, where we have to assassinate a target and maybe even rob the place for extra loot? And since no blood should be spilled on Continental grounds, the stealth is mandatory. It can even highlight how skilled the Payday gang members are in their job to attack the higher table and get away with it. But you're not gonna do that. You're gonna add a goat to the game instead. But enough about story. Let's talk about the game itself. Starting off from the main menu, I like the new design a lot more than Payday 2. Everything, including the characters, look a lot more professional. Though I don't think these suits are comfortable enough for a bank robbery, but hey, it looks good, okay? And looks are all that matters. Otherwise, Fortnite would have been dead by now. I decided to set up my loadout and take off to make some fat stacks when I realized that the arsenal of Payday 3 is so small compared to Payday 2, which you can write off because the game is still in its early stages, but I still want my comically large spoon, man. Where's my spoon? Would you look at that? It appears as though I have grown quite angry due to the absence of a silver ladle. How unprofessional of me. Well, if that didn't make your mentality spontaneously combust, how about I inform you that there are no melee weapons in Payday 3, and you're stuck with shoving your gun into the cops' faces.
But you are being too harsh on the game. Why don't you pick your loadout and try out the actual gameplay before criticizing it? After all, it's not nice to judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, I get it. Here's my loadout, let's play the game. The little there is to it. Payday 3 has launched with only 8 heists, with the eventual addition of 3 more, that one of them is $8 and the other 2 aren't even new. They're recycled from Payday 2. Look, I enjoy cooking drugs in video games, but if you're gonna give me only 11 heists after a decade of time, at least make them original. Bring the legacy heists as a DLC later on. It doesn't look like you guys have a problem with DLCs to me, so it's gonna be a short ride, but let's at least try to make the most out of it. The very first detail you will notice playing Payday 3 is that your lobbies will never be full. In fact, you'd be lucky if they aren't empty, which should give you an idea about how much the community cares about this game. But let's say hypothetically you eventually manage to get into a lobby with other players who have been most likely sitting there for ages waiting for someone to join. Then it's time for planning.
Pre-planning. How's the tooth?
Any professional Payday player knows that Payday heists usually come with 2 plans. Plan A, which is usually stealth and takes up the favors, and Plan B, which is loud in case the first plan fails. The planning phase in Payday 2 was meant for the crew to discuss these plans and pre-plan accordingly, so that they'd all be on the same page. Well, after a decade, how does Payday 3 improve over its old man? For one, there is literally no way to talk to your team before the heist. Payday 3, a game released in 2023, doesn't have voice chat, and the text chat in the lobby doesn't work. Instead of actually fixing the issue, Payday 3 doubles down on it by also separating the pre-planning. You can no longer let one experienced player do the pre-planning. Instead, each player gets to choose one favor that they have to either earn by playing or buy from the shop. It's amazing how much of a downgrade this is to Payday 2. It's almost like they went out of their way to make it worse. And if you're still unsure about how terrible this would perform in the game, let's see it in action.
Whoa, where are you going? doing?
To play the game?
Aren't you gonna choose a song for the heist first?
No, cause I can't. Payday 3 doesn't allow you to select your own preferred song for the heist. Instead, each heist has its own song that you're stuck with. Don't get me wrong, music is one of the few things that Payday 3 actually gets right. Gustavo Cochino did a fantastic job with the soundtrack, though it doesn't have the charm of Simon Viklon's music, which I think is only because of how memorable Payday 2 itself was, but I would still prefer to choose my own song while gunning down innocent people, okay? Are we done? Can we play the game now?
Yeah, sure.
No more complaints.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Alright, alright.
You see, I need my payday.
3. Ah, there it is. Payday 3. We got stealth heists, loud heists, stealth and loud heists, and not a single one of them is as fun as you think. The very first detail you'll notice when the heist starts is this terrible UI. What the hell am I even looking at? Well, nothing, to be honest. This new UI shows almost no information about my teammates. What assets have they brought? How much ammo do they have left? The UI in Payday 2 was designed to help you keep track of how your crew is doing. Here in Payday 3, you will instead guess how well your team is doing. Now, we gotta give credit where credit is due. Payday 3's actual gameplay mechanics are really good, even better than Payday 2. The stealth mechanics are a lot more fleshed out this time around. You can do most of the stuff you used to without even masking up, and even if you get caught, you'll just be escorted outside instead of getting shot. So you can go through most of the heist without even masking up, and when you do, taking control of the situation is much easier than Payday 2. For one, you can manually redirect hostages and carry them instead of waiting for them to follow you with their terrible AI.
Please follow. Please follow. Please follow. Follow. Please follow.
And if you kill 4 guards, you will trigger a searching phase, where guards leave their original patrol routes and start looking for you, which is pretty much a last chance for you before Plan B comes into action. But just in case it does, the loud approach has also been improved. In Payday 2, going loud didn't require much precision, to the point that you had to watch some Subway Surfers gameplay to keep your attention span. And that was mostly due to 2 factors. 1. In Payday 2, the heisters are literal bullet sponges, and 2. The ammo pickup was pretty high, so accuracy didn't matter. Payday 3 fixes these issues and makes the loud approach more challenging by making the player more fragile and the ammo pickup lower, which you're gonna hate the first time like I did, but you will eventually get used to them. The hostages are now a lot more useful than Payday 2. For one, you can use them as body shields, which can prevent you from getting cornered, and between assault waves you can trade them for resources. Yeah, you don't trade them for your teammates anymore. Your teammates just get released after a while.
Magic.
I know Payday 2's hostage trading, when put in context, was a pretty unfair deal, but it made a lot more sense than your teammates just getting released from custody for no reason. The loud battles are a lot more chaotic this time around. Payday 3 brings back tasers, cloakers, dozers, and shields and makes them a lot more intimidating. It also introduces a new enemy type called naders, who basically take a giant fart in the middle of the heist. To help you handle these special enemies, the game gives you an overkill weapon, a special type of weapon that you have to charge and call for delivery in the middle of the heist. Right now, there are only 2 overkill weapons in the game: a grenade launcher that will most likely get yourself killed, and a sniper rifle with heat vision that is literally better than the grenade launcher in every way. Once you unlock this sniper rifle, I'm not sure why anyone would bring the grenade launcher. So far, it seems like Payday 3's actual heisting experience is decent, even with all the goofiness. But don't let that get your hopes high.
Remember, you still have to play as a team.
It's obvious that Payday 3 heists were designed with teamwork in mind. Whether it is stealth or loud, the complex and large layouts makes it very difficult to pull them off all by yourself, which would be a positive. After all, I can't sit here and complain about why a game about a heist crew has to be played like one. But there are major issues with this much emphasis on teamwork. In order to actually play the game, I'm going to need a crew that is in sync. Since there's no communication, you don't really know what the f people want to do in the game. You'll pick your loadout, start the heist, only to realize that people want to go stealth. So you'll just sit there without a suppressor, just pinning stuff. Or maybe you are the one that wants to go stealth. So you pick your suppressor, load in, and your teammates immediately start shooting. Sure, if you're sick of other players, you can always start a private session and try to pull it off by yourself, but going solo makes the game objectively harder. You need other players to complete multiple objectives and get a better grip on the police assaults. So you can't play with other players because they're not in sync, and you can't play alone because it's too hard. May as well just uninstall this piece of shit. It may have been a bit of an overreaction on my part to uninstall the game so fast. There are still multiple aspects of Payday 3 we haven't discussed. Let's imagine you got through a heist and somehow actually enjoyed it. How would you as a legitimate businessman spend your hard-earned money? You could buy a new gun or a fresh mask, but nah, that's not what smart people would do. Hello, are you a professional heister? Do you make a living from robbing others? If so, you must be struggling with spending all that money. Worry not, we are here to make you an offer you cannot refuse. Introducing C-Stacks, the cryptocurrency of CrimeNet. Give us your real money in exchange for virtual money. C-Stacks, better than Fat Stacks. You heard that right. Halfway through the story, Shade pitches in a new cryptocurrency that the Payday gang should invest in, the C-Stacks. The whole point of this new currency is to make certain items only purchasable using cryptos, which you have to buy using your hard-earned cash. And hold on. Hi, it's me again. You're probably wondering what's going on here, so let me explain. Basically, I'm trying to buy more C-Stacks, but the game keeps failing and never bothers explaining why that's the case. Which just, I really love Payday 3! The items the game offers in exchange for C-Stacks aren't even that interesting. Actually, if we take out the weapons, they're all cosmetic. And even the weapons it offers you are pre-built, which means you can't modify them. You just have to take them as they are. And let's say one day you got tired of them and wanted to free up your inventory space. Well, good luck with that. Okay, so maybe spending money isn't that fun, but what about spending skill points? Well, don't throw your pitchforks at me, but the skill system in Payday 3 ain't that bad. Sure, it doesn't have the same skills as Payday 2, but you can still play around and have some fun with the skills. Especially when you combine them with the perk that— what? Where is it? Where is it? No way. No way. You're telling me that perk decks don't exist in Payday 3? What is this, man? This shit is gotta go. How far is this gonna go? Half the game is missing, dude. I sold my kidney for this game. So you see, my dear friends, there's a reason Payday 3 gets so much hate. And in my opinion, most of it is justified. Payday 3 was the one and only chance for the devs to make a comeback, and they wasted it. Sure, it didn't flop as hard as Overkill's The Walking Dead, nor is it as dead as Raid World War II, but Payday 3 doesn't bring enough to the table to convince anyone to move from Payday 2. Yes, I understand that it has a bunch of positives, but the negatives heavily outweigh them, and the most prominent one being lack of content. This game doesn't offer much because it's in the early stages, but it also doesn't grow out of those early stages because it's dead. Payday 3 feels like someone found the old recipe for their grandma's delicious cookies and thought they can make it better. So they threw in a bunch of new ingredients that actually would make it more delicious, but they didn't let it cook because they took it out of the oven too early. But do you know who's doing the real robbery here? You, by watching my videos and not subscribing. How could you do this? I sold my kidney to make this video for you. So go on, click that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and stay tuned. Otherwise, I will replace my kidney with yours and stick with Payday 2 for now. Come back in a while because this one needs a bit of more time in the oven.